believe that our mental state and self-awareness is the driving force behind our attitude and reaction to life. On this podcast, we deal with everyday socio-psychological issues that affect our daily lives and how we can conquer them and live a wholesome living. Join in essence with Didi as we discuss topics including mental health, the effect of our interactions on our well-being, finances, and many other issues that affect our daily living. Hey loves, welcome back to the channel, welcome home, and welcome here. I will never stop saying how grateful I am for all of you for being a part of my channel and a part of my journey. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being committed to this gift of, my saying yes to what I think and I believe I'm meant for. Thank you for being a part of that. And thank you for learning and growing with me. On this episode, we'll be talking about success. Success varies according to how each and every one of us sees it. And success means a lot of things to a lot of people. And if we're being honest and open, we'd find that the definitions of success are as many as we are, or should I say that the definitions vary as uniquely as we become or as unique as we are. Because what success is to me can totally mean a different thing to what success is to you and the next person. That is why it is important that each and every one of us follows our own route and our own way of doing things, because we don't see things the same way and things don't mean the same thing to us as they do to other people. So the question that we should ask ourselves is, what is success to you? What defines success to you? For you to say that I'm successful, what would you have achieved? What goal would you have cracked? Or whatever place you see in yourself. And also when you get there, will you be able to recognize that I'm partaking in this thing that I've always dreamed of and I've always prayed for? When you get to that place, will you be able to identify or say that you have achieved it? Is your definition clear enough for you to see that I am successful? Or are you gonna keep on chasing and wanting more and more out of life? That is what you should ask yourself. This is the food of thought for this week. What is success? And when you get there, are you gonna be able to feel the gratitude that you think you're going to express when you get there? Because some of us, we make these goals and we feel that satisfaction is on the other side of us achieving one thing, only to find that what we've been looking for or what we've been searching for has been there all along. You'd find that the same thing that you think, oh, maybe I'm gonna feel this type of way after getting this and this and this done, or after achieving this and that, you'd feel that the feeling is the same. So the moment the definition becomes clear, it's the more we will be able to identify where we are when that moment comes, and we'll be able to be expressive of the thankfulness that exists when we finally achieve that thing. And I believe that if we're being honest and present in the journey that we are living and in the life that we are living in, it's also important to be joyful in the process, because it's not about the goal. I found that life is not about the goal. It's not about achieving something or getting a house or a car or securing that job or whatever. You can still be grateful even in the road, even in the lessons, and you can still be grateful for each step that you take while you're getting towards whatever it is that you have planned for yourself. So my definition of success, because I have said that it varies according to our uniqueness and the definitions are totally different. So what it is to me can mean a different thing to you. And my definition is not the only one there is. So my definition of success is being consistent with the activities that bring me growth and that are keeping me whole and feeling whole. It means being consistent with my learning, consistent with my health intake and checking if I'm taking care of myself. Also investing in activities that bring me joy and loving myself and other people the best way that I can. That is success for me. To me, success comes from consistency and consistent behavior and treatment towards myself and also other people. I feel the most myself and I feel successful when I'm reading. I love reading a lot. When I'm reading, when I'm getting books, when I'm looking up information and learning new things, when I keep that thing going and when I keep the momentum, that is when I feel that I'm living the life that I want to live and I'm seeing myself living my dream. When I keep on doing my nails and when I keep on taking care of myself, smelling good and loving other people the best way that I can, because you can try to love people and love them wrongly because of the skewed definition of love that you have. So for me, success is loving right and loving myself right and being whole in the process of doing all of the things and also acknowledging my feelings in the process. So for me to achieve that consistency, and also these are pointers for all of us to note down. Number one is to have realistic goals, because once you have goals that are beyond attainable for you at the moment and the goals that are far-fetched, the tougher and the more difficult it will be for you to overcome. And the more frustrated you get in achieving that goal that you have set for yourself, the more you'll feel demotivated. And when you feel demotivated, it's hard to keep the consistency. So you need to, if you have a big goal, break it down to small short-term goals so that you know that once you crunch another and once you crush another piece, and when you're going on like that, eventually you'll get to where you want to be. It's like trying to eat an elephant. You don't try to swallow the whole thing. You start with the leg, and then you start with the other leg, and then you start with the ears maybe or something. But you, piece by piece and goal by goal, you'll get to where you want to be. Secondly, know yourself through consistent self-introspection and do what works for you. Don't be pressured by the outside world. You know yourself, you know your strengths, and you know your weaknesses. So for you to keep the consistency, use your strengths wisely and use your weaknesses as a stepping stone of lessons or as opportunities for growth, and see them as areas of improvement. So when you know that you lack in a certain thing, grow in that and keep on being intentional about your way and your process of growth, and also use your strength to the utmost best. Thirdly, don't be pressured by the outside world. I've said this before, and which is my third point. Do not be pressured by the outside world. Don't look at what other people are doing and start doing that while you're not tending to your own grass, because the road that someone else is taking might be heavy for you or might be slow for you, depending on the kind of person that you are. And that is where the self-introspection comes in. The more you know yourself and the more you know your strengths and your weaknesses, that is where you'll be able to go according to what you should in order to keep the momentum and to focus well and clear on your goals. Fourthly, spend time doing what you like. There is nothing that is as hurtful as spending your time doing the things that you don't like. There's no way you'll be consistent doing something that you don't like, especially if, for example, you are an entrepreneur or you're trying to create something, you're creative, you need to do something that you like in order to keep consistency, to keep the consistency. There is no way that you keep on coming back to something that you don't like. Do what you like. And if maybe you want to improve in your job and you don't really like your job, look at the fewer things that can be enjoyable. Focus on that and grow from that, and maybe try to broaden your attitude from that to other departments of your work. But do what you like. Spend most time doing what you like. And the fifth one is, don't shove things down your throat. Learn your pace and be in touch with it. Don't force yourself other people's processes or other people's strategies of doing things. We are not the same. That is why our definitions of success differ. We are not given the same capabilities. We are not given the same strengths. We are not given the same anything. So don't try to force other people's ways of doing things into your life, because chances are it's not going to work for you. And if their method is not working, there is no way that you're going to be consistent. So it is important to know what works for you so that you chew things and you swallow them with ease, other than just biting on big portions and trying to swallow something that you know is not going to go well with your system and things like that because you've seen somebody else doing it. Focus on your journey. Mind your ticket. Focus on your grass. Water it, nurture it, and you'll see that it will give you the fruits that you so desire. And that also helps with dealing with anxiety. By being inconsistent, you give a doorway to anxiety. And anxiety is the feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease about something with an uncertain outcome. This is an Oxford Dictionary of what anxiety or being anxious is. When you're not consistent, when your goal is unclear, and when you're not doing what you are supposed to do, you are prone to anxiety. You are more prone to being worried about tasks, being worried about achieving something because you are not doing what you should be doing. And therefore you worry because you know that you are not achieving up to your utmost best. So once you do that introspection, and once your definition of success becomes clear, it's easy for you to be less prone to anxiety. Because I have found that being consistent gives me less room to worry about things, because I know for sure that through consistency, I do my best. Through consistent learning, practicing things, trying and learning, I know that I do my best. And I know for sure that in doing and practicing, I achieve the best and I get better at what I do. That also gives space for faith. And when you have faith, the less anxious you become. Because you know that I've done my best. You know that this is the best way I know how to do this thing. And because maybe in your research you've seen other people doing it that way and they succeeded, you will have more faith. And also if you don't see other people doing it that way, and if your way is the first time of it being done, you have faith because you know you've done your best. And so when you've done your best, it's easy for you to let God take charge and do what He can for you. So the less anxious you become because of your standpoint with your work, with your journey and everything, the more faithful you will be, because not only are you going to feel incompetent, but you are going to feel empowered because you know that even when God decides to bless you or to maybe accelerate your speed, you know that you have the lessons in your head and in your journey for what you are doing, because you know that you've been consistent and you know that you've been investing in yourself and putting in the hours. So combat anxiety through consistency and a clear definition of success, that you don't end up giving more time to the things that are of less value to you. You know, when your goals are not clear, When your focus is not clear and when you don't know where you are going, you are just going to shoot without aim. You are just going to shoot without focus. And when you're shooting without focus, you will never get anything. So it is important that we pay attention and we become so focused and so clear in our definitions and what we want, so that we don't spend our time on the things that are less valuable. The more you spend your time on things that are less valuable, the more anxiety will be heightened. The more you feel worried, the more you feel inadequate, the more you feel like you can't do certain things because you are spending your time on things that are not valuable to you and your journey and your goals. So when everything becomes clear, it is then that you'll be able to spend your time on things that are of more value. So that is what's for today. I hope that as much as I'm learning and applying, you're also learning and applying. So this week, and until we meet the next time, go out there, have a clear definition of what success is to you. And it doesn't have to be the same to what everyone sees as success, and it doesn't have to make sense to everybody but you. So go out there, be successful in your journey, and whatever it is that you do, make sure that you're being true and authentic to yourself. There is nothing that beats being true and authentic to yourself, because there's no one that can do you more than you. There's no one that can be you more than you. So go out there, be yourself, flourish, love yourself, and do the things that make you happy. Do the things that will make you successful, and do the things that are of value to you. Until we meet next time. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, share, leave a review, and rate. Let us all be whole and live a purpose-driven life.